Okay, so few months ago, I had made a video on Arch Linux installation. Well, that time I had used Arch 5 and people were not really satisfied because I went too beginner friendly way. That's not a case for which I made this project. Well, this is kind of interesting, this is fun, and this is fun to work with. This is a good scope for beginners to stay on the command line and do these fun steps and get better with CLIs. CLIs stand for command line interfaces. So this is basically a project I'm working on for not more than 3 days, and it's kind of good and well till now. Well, so this project focuses on giving you some scripts to install Arch the easy way. Yep, and the thing that happened here is that I was installing Arch Linux one day, and I was just wandering around. I just wanted a setup, a script that could do all the stuff I write, I manually do for installing. Well, they should be done in a script. Let's do it in a script. So that will be even good for beginners who don't want to mess with so many commands, though they don't want to remember so many commands. Now, why not use Arch or Arch5 or Anarchy installer? Then, why not? This is kind of fun. If you proceed with me through this video, I will show you how fun it is. So first, let's launch Arch Linux VM. Now, first of all, you need an ISO, and for that you have to just go to this website. I have given the link, and here you just download the ISO from your preferred server. Yeah, this is the ISO boot, and what we need to do is first connect to the internet. Now, if you are on an Ethernet, then it should happen automatically. If you are on Wi-Fi, I have given the instructions here, and if you are on a virtual machine like me, then the internet should always be connected. For checking the internet, we can just do this. So our internet is working now. Now we follow these commands there. First we will just update. Now this should happen. Yeah, oh, this is working fine. So this video will be kind of long, kind of a stream, because I do mistakes too, and some YouTubers, what they do is they just cut their mistakes out. See, this is working now. Now I want you to see that all the errors I face, if you are also facing, then I want to help you with that. Done. Now that's again done. Now let's just do git clone and my repo, github.com, go god coder. That's kind of flex of god coder and all. Okay, so that's done. We have got it. Let's cd into that repo. Yeah, nice. So now what we need to do is we need to see the readme. So first of all, after connecting to the internet, we will change the directory. Okay, now this says setup script. So the first one, which is the zero setup script. Well, for that, we basically do this. We basically, if you want a different layout, different keyboard layout, for me, English US is perfect. But if you want some other layout, then you can just give it here, and I don't want that. So the setup script is, the first one is not really useful to me. The second one, for that we need to make some partitions, which is cfdisk. We will make some partitions. This is where people just get confused sometimes. I'm showing you this. Then gpt, we will go with gpt happens, and yeah, just we will give a new partition. We will make a new partition. This tool is pretty awesome. Let's do it 512 MB. This is our EA5 partition. Then we make another new partition which I will use for which I will use for swap space, which is 4 GB. Then I will give new another partition, and the partition will be my root one, my root directory where my system will be stored. So 512 MB EFI system partition, 4 GB which is the swap partition, and the rest of the space which is my system partition. Now let's just change the types. For the first one I will just select the EFI system partition, and the second one, well, I choose Linux swap, and the last one I just take it as file system. Now right, okay, the partition table has been written, so we have made our partitions. It's not as easy it was. Now we will just run our script bash, yeah, this set continue. Now select, they told us to select the partition for EFI. Now my partition, as you saw in CFDisk, was dev SDA1, and your may be different, which we had. This is the partition we had given 512 MB2. This one dev SDA3, SDA2, which was the swap space, and the next one is dev SDA3. So done. Now they have formatted our partitions, and that was it. Now the next thing we will do is bash 2. This is the base install script. This is the whole install script that will install Linux on our system. The base Linux, the base pack. We have entered into root of our system. Now the thing has been done. Now you see it was kind of easy. One thing I would like to tell you that here we have no packages in our base system, so here we have to again just not sudo. Here we have to just again install git and nano and other stuff if you want manually. So we will just install this as you saw. Okay, so it's done. Now let's do just cloning the repository. Done. My internet is showing magics today. Normally it doesn't work well. So then we need this script number 3, which is the post base script. And there, now this is some tricky part. Well, you have to set your time zone here, and I know my time zone, which is in Asia. It's in Kolkata, Asia, Kolkata, as I live in India. So I have given this. Now you should know your time zone. It can be in Arctic, it can be in Antarctica. Mine is Asia, so that's what it will do, and pretty easy. Then it will generate the locale. It is asking for the computer name. Let me give this arch, and here J. Password, here they are asking the root password, the main user password, root password. Suppose I give this password. Now they are asking for the user's password, which is J. So the two packages, so the two passwords were given. You have to retype them. Now sudo, let's proceed with this, and that will be pretty much done for our base Arch installation. They will install Ye here. So Ye is an AUR helper that you know about AUR helpers. They kind of fetch packages from the AUR, which is one of the largest repository connections of the Linux world. It's the largest. Now that's done. Now they are installing Ye. No problem. I'm just okay. What happened? Running make packages root is not allowed, as it can cause permanent catastrophic damage. So Ye was not really installed well. So yeah, we should. Anyway, our base system is installed. Well, I will just fix that from there. What I will do, I will straight up go for the for the exit file, which is this one, number 5. I will just change the index a bit. So first of all, I have to just, yeah, you mount MNT. Okay, no. So we have to just exit ch root, which is exit. So we have come to our ISO again. Now we are executing the script. Done. Installation done. Reboot. Yeah, we are shut downing the system basically. So they will shut down. That's how you install Arch. It's the base system now, and it's pretty much easy. Oh, nice. So we have Arch Linux in our system running. Our grub. Well, we rebooted. Did we save it basically because it rebooted? Well, no problem. If it's fine, it's fine. You can see we are in a TTY. And this is our system base installation. Now don't be scared here. Let's see. Let's do an ls. Didn't we do git clone? Okay, so we have to again do git clone. We are cloning this too many times, just too many times. Not really good. Wait 1 second. Okay, so we can just move out of this. Just move out of this and ls. Again move out of this, ls. So here is our easy arc setup. Let's just do this. Let's just copy everything from easy arc setup to this one, home j. That's what we will do here. Easy art setup. Oh no, bruh. Let's do this. Yeah, so that's done. Now we again just go to our root, and if we do an ls, we can see our folder is here. Nice. Now we can just do another ls, and now we will do install the drivers. First we will install ye, and for that we again need to just cd into that directory ye git, and just make package si. So I will yeah, so ye was installed, and we could just use ye without sudo, which is ye s and -s. Then we could install neofetch. Well, I could see my current usage, what the base arch takes, so you could also see what. Now let's see what neofetch shows us. Yeah, okay, so system is taking 77 MB out of 961 MB. That's pretty much nothing. Now we have to just do the drivers file. Bash, no, let's just get out of here. Now bash drivers, sorry, the 4 script drivers.sh. Proceed with installation. Yes, the first one they will give the base. Then they are asking AMD or Intel. Well, AMD. Then they are installing the ucode microcode one, AMD. Now audio video drivers by AMD, Intel, Nvidia or VirtualBox. I will press V because of VirtualBox. And yeah, we are done. And those who want those desktop environments or WMs with them, for them, well, some stuff are still left. The audio drivers needed. Nice. So we are done with our Arch installation. And what we will do now is get a desktop environment. Well, You can get KDE, you can get GNOME, you can get XFCE from our scripts, which will have everything ready for you. I picked the famous ones, which are LXDE, Mate, Cinnamon. Where is Cinnamon? Okay, I forgot. Okay, so this GNOME one, well, I forgot to change it to Cinnamon. There are two GNOMEs now. And Awesome WM, which is the awesome. No, not GNOME. Let's get XFCE here because it's light on resources. So just bash xfce install.sh. I will just install the whole system, get everything's ready, get our arms ready. It's gone blank now. Don't just be scared, because this is normal. I had just given a reboot for this, and it is starting the display manager from where we boot into our system. Yeah, it's working, nice. So we have our display manager ready. Well, I know it's kind of ugly, but no problem. Not a problem for me. Gee. Okay, so why did this not log in? Okay, so what is happening? Okay, XFCE session, let's choose this. J. Okay, so it's booting up. So we have to change the session a bit. I guess I didn't configure it. No problem. Not a problem. So this is our Arch Linux. Pretty nice, isn't it? XFCE can look a bit dull by default, but it's an excellent desktop environment, to be honest. If you just can mess out and customize it, well, you will just see it so good. And you can see it's so light on RAM. It's taking 261 MB out of 961 MB. It's 1 GB. Lighter than the lightest. What we can do is first we go to our directory, and then we can bash awesome install. We can just get our awesome configs ready. Then we will log out from the system and enter WM. Now we can just log out of this machine and we will see our awesome WM. How to now, I don't really know, I'm not so familiar with XFCE. Okay, so this is the logout button. Logout. Linux Mint XFCE is pretty much, it's awesome, to be honest. They have customized it in a good way and looks pretty awesome. And this one, yeah, so this is our awesome WM, and we can just launch our terminal with Ctrl+X. There's flame shot here. I just don't like frame shot, but yes, you can if you like. I just want to run a terminal here. Just press Ctrl+R, and I can run a terminal. Not really a big issue. Let's see how much it's taking. The system 243 MB. Well, yeah, not a big difference, but it's nice. It's not bad. This is a pretty much awesome config. Let's go out. See ya. Bye bye.